Elite Gaming.
What's up guys, it's Andrew at EliteGamingHQ, and this video is going to be about CyberPower, ibuypower, and pre-built PCs. I have a lot to talk about here, so you just gotta bear with me. But first I would just like to say, for everyone who's been following my channel, been watching my videos, and just even watching this video, I would like to thank you. The channel's doing pretty well, as far as goals that I wanted to achieve for it, and I really think you guys are awesome in all the support you've been giving me in my videos and our live streams. Shannon and I are both grateful, and we appreciate all the support. So on to this video. I feel like I need to make this video in a response to another video I made, and it was my CyberPowerPC or ibuypower, please don't buy, and you have other options. I got a lot of dislikes on this video. I mean, right now I'm sitting at about 500 likes and like 200 dislikes. And though that ratio is not the worst, it's actually bad for my channel as far as dislikes ratio. And I got a lot of people saying that the video was kind of like an ad. And I blame myself for this, and I got off topic, and I tried to focus too much on the price and debating kind of how you could build your own computer or I could build a computer for you in my past experiences. I just don't feel I can convey the point that I wanted to convey, and it came out wrong. And for this, I apologize. I'm really sorry about that, because I'm really not the type of person that's going to try to shove an ad in your face. So in this video, I want to talk about more reasons and my thoughts plus some evidence for you guys to make a better informed decision before you decide to buy a pre-built system. Now, of course, I do want to mention that a lot of people that downvoted that video are probably just fanboys, which you get that a lot. People will just click on your video and says, oh, don't buy something that I wasted my money on, so I'm just going to give you a dislike right off the bat. And that's probably going to happen on this video too, but I don't really care about those people. As far as YouTube's concerned, dislikes are not bad for you, and at the same time, if they're just doing that, they're not the people I'm trying to address. This is for the people that are going to take their hard-earned money and buy a PC. These are the people I'm trying to help. Now first, as I mentioned in the first video, I think it's best to build a PC yourself. Hands down, it's just the best way to go. And I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, well, CyberPower costs the same amount of parts as building it yourself. Bullshit. Especially if you're willing to buy from multiple suppliers and use different rebates, as well as compromise on some parts. Yeah, if you figure out a PC that has an RX 480 in it, and RX 480s are $350 or whatever they are because mining's crazy, then yeah, it's going to be more. But why not get a GTX 1060? In fact, most games run a lot better on a GTX 1060, and those prices are affordable and reasonable, or a 1050 Ti. If you take advantage of deals and discounts, I can definitely say that you can build a comparable PC to any pre-built PC, and it be your custom PC and run better. And being a fanboy for Radeon or Nvidia and not willing to compromise on parts like that is just feeding those companies money. It's not the best for you as the consumer, and you can get plenty of reviews on different video cards and different games that you want to play that are going to give you the results that you want. That's all out there. All you have to do is your research. So I don't feel that you're getting a better deal on price by buying a pre-built. And while we are talking about buying a pre-built on the Cyberpower website, let me bring up something else that's completely insulting to the people that try to buy. It's the fake pictures and the false advertisement that they have on their site. What CyberPower does is they show you a PC that they built in the same case that you want, that they spent 100 hours and thousands of dollars more than what they're going to give you. They show you these beautiful cases with custom hard loops, RGB fans, just crazy liquid cooling, and $730 fans that they're not actually going to give you. And then when you look at your order form to the right and you're picking out these parts and you think you're getting what they show you, you look over and it's like, oh, you get a liquid cooled PC. It's 120mm AIO. That is nothing like what they're trying to show you, but they're trying to sell. So what they do is they put this beautiful PC in front of you to make you think that you're getting something like that. It's an insult on people's intelligence with this crappy attempt as a cash grab to trick and confuse its consumers. And it's no surprise to me that a company like this will also try to rip you off on parts.
We got our standard 800 watt or 600 watt. I ordered 800. I've been robbed. That clearly says 6, yes?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I ordered an 800 watt power supply.
The big problem that all CyberPower PCs have. So a lot of you always comment on my videos or other people's videos or Amazon. I see comments on reviews. Everybody asks about the power supply. And yes, the power supplies that come with these CyberPower computers are really, really crappy. I just want to start this whole video by saying if you get one, please switch it out right away. Don't even like turn it on with that power supply, just switch it out.
I got the professional wiring.
But let's talk about the quality of parts. So the stigma is that you're going to get a bad PSU, and that's common. We all know this. Most of the time they're going to skimp on this because it's a part that they're not going to have to list. They're just going to say, oh, it's 500 watts or it's this many watts. It's probably not even 80 plus certified, so it probably won't even run at 500 watts. And when it goes, it can hurt your whole system, which that's common knowledge. I think almost everyone knows that. And they kind of know the risks when they're buying something like this. But let's go on and talk about other parts. I just watched a video of a pretty big YouTuber who bought a CyberPowerPC because they wanted to part it out and see if they can get their money's worth out of it. And they had some interesting things. They had a 16GB RAM kit, but split in half. So instead of the dual channel working as dual channel, they had one single of the dual channel RAM. Which if you have a single RAM chip, that's one thing. But basically what CyberPower is doing is they're buying dual or quad channel RAM kits because it's cheaper, and they're giving you part of the kit rather than giving you the whole kit just to save money. That's kind of a shady practice. And to give you a real life example, I have a friend that didn't know I built PCs. So he bought a PC from ibuypower. I think he said it paid around $1,100. It was a 7600K with a GTX 1060. Not a bad system overall, but his GTX 1060 was a mini card. He said, hey, why did they put this card in here? And I'm like, well, this is what an MSI GTX 1060 should look like. You have the smaller card, and probably because it was just laying around, or it's just to save money. These cards are generally $10 to $15 cheaper, and when you have a full tower case, it doesn't really make sense to put one in unless you're trying to save money. Now I get it, when people ask me, hey, can you build me a computer, and I only have this budget, and I show them the parts list, if you're going to save 15-20 bucks, and it helps them reach the goal of their budget, but they're not planning on overclocking or anything, or the graphics card is overqualified for the Overwatch or whatever they want to play, Minecraft, then that's fine. But when you have a customer paying premium price for quality parts, and you give them a mini card and a full case, that just kind of doesn't make sense. Why else would you do it? It's just because you don't care about your consumer and you're trying to make money, which after all, at the end of the day, it's a business and that's what they're trying to do. It's misleading because they don't inform you that the card's going to be this way, but when you get it, that's what you have. And personally, that's something I don't like. And don't even get me started on Skytech PCs. The quality of parts that you get from them is so bad. They like to put in FX processors, 4-core processors, back from 2012, and you won't be able to play hardly any AAA titles today with a PC for them, but they charge you how much? Yeah, Skytech. But I hear a lot of people talking about their extras. What about all these extras? They add up. Well, I don't really know what you mean. I guess you mean Wi-Fi, which you could buy a $5 to $15 dual band dongle that's going to work just as good as what they give you. Or maybe you mean the disk drive that no one ever uses anymore, and in fact Windows better installed with a USB 3.0 flash drive. Or do you mean the keyboard and mouse? That's very cheap. I mean, I give these things out for free to people that buy computers from me. I don't say it's baked into the price and they have to pay more money. And in fact, if you want a great keyboard and mouse for a cheap price, you can go pick yourself up a Cooler Master Devastator 2 for like 26 bucks off Amazon, and you'll have a good starter keyboard and mouse. Something a lot better than that cheap crap that CyberPower puts in there. Oh yeah, and the guy that bought the ibuypower it didn't take long, maybe a couple months before his mouse went, and I've already provided him with a new one. So that's how far that gets you. But oh, there's the warranty. I've heard a lot about the warranty, people kicking that around. Yeah, that's a thing, I guess. I mean, I assume that you have to have a pretty good warranty when you don't really stress test your systems. I could be wrong, but it seems to be that a lot of people have problems with these systems, but we'll get into that in a review part that I want to talk about. I don't want to get off topic too much, but how the warranties basically work is something goes on your computer, you ship the whole computer back to them, they take a couple weeks to work on it, and then they ship it back to you, sometimes taking 4 to 6 weeks. I've watched the videos to prove this. This is not my own speculation because I don't buy computers from them, but I've seen other people talk about it.
But that's not the point. The point is I ordered this computer October 27th. It worked, and then when I tried turning it on again, didn't work, and whatever. Basically, the end thing was it doesn't work. If you have any problems with it, they don't really care. So at this point, it's been like 10 days since they've received the thing, and I know for a fact that's not Express, right? Like they don't care. You're just another computer to them, another number, and they're not making any effort to send it out or do anything quicker than the other person that just ordered the computer yesterday. It'll be here January 2nd. The point is I ordered this computer October 27th. It'll be here January 2nd.
These videos are everywhere, they're all over the internet. If you're watching this video, you've probably seen some of them already. But let's put the returns into perspective. CyberPower is a big business. The business is trying to make money. They have people that are in charge of the money. They probably even have shareholders, or at least a group of people whose best interest is to save money. This is a big business, and as your business grows, your quality a lot of times goes down. But let's just say CyberPower saves $150,000 on cutting on testing their PCs, because testing a PC could be an all-day endeavor for one employee. You're trying to get PCs out the door, and once you have their money, if they send it back, then you could test it then. It wastes less man hours. I'm not saying that's how much they save, I'm just throwing numbers out here. It's actually cheaper to fabricate the PCs and let them go out possibly bad, because when they come back, the man hours and everything it costs you, you write it off as a business as shrinkage or loss of profit. The parts are labeled as broken, and that's the end of it. If the business expense is more to have someone look at every single PC rather than getting the PCs back, the, let's say, whatever the percentage is, I don't know, it seems awfully high based on all the YouTube reviews, then as a big business, you're just going to send them out untested, because you rather take the lottery and it being a business expense there than wasting all the time for all the employees it would take to test the PCs, because you're sending out so many. It's a business after all, and a business's job is to make money. And countless times you hear, CyberPower doesn't really care about me, their customer service is terrible, and once they had my money, the service went down the drain. And that's evident by having two different numbers, one for a new customer and one for a returning customer. Returning customer sends your phone call overseas. New customer, you actually get to talk to somebody from California, where they're located.
Was because, as you know, I already kind of made a video on this. I got a PC, I bought a new PC from CyberPowerPC, and it was having some freezing issues. I had to send it back twice, 2 times, because of the same issue.
This is a video telling you to never, ever, ever get a CyberPower computer, because I recently had yet another problem with my computer, where, again, nothing was showing up on the display. Sorry, my nose itches. So I literally just got it back today, like 5 minutes after I'd gotten home from school. Turn it on, and to no avail, the same problem is showing up again.
This video more, I guess, as a warning towards CyberPower PCs than anything. I understand, obviously, that stuff takes the time to get in, but it's like when it happens twice, and then like I don't really get anything from it. And now I'm just kind of having to go do my own thing, and I've just wasted 2.5 weeks of my time.
CyberPower experience, because I actually got 2 computers and both of them did not work.
So in my head I said, okay, well then that guy on the phone that I just spoke to lied to me before, and hung up. So when it seemed like when they have the opportunity to make money, they're going to try to sell me the more expensive one that does have HDMI and tell me the truth about it. But when I talked to the first guy who knew I had already bought my setup and that they would have to change the order, and that they were only going to make the $40 where I get a $20 mail-in rebate, so really $20 off me upgrading. He said that he was trying to trick me into believing that it already did.
This system right here, an $1,800 system, I should be able to hit that power button and not have any concerns.
I was a little bit screwed. This is actually the second time this has happened to me. CyberPower has done this twice now. I've had 2 bad motherboards. And let me tell you guys, build your own computer.
Well, if he's telling me it's already packaged and ready to ship on Monday, how are they going to do a second quality control test? Which just, to me, tells me one of 2 things. Either the quality control test is just a whole scam, which I kind of suspected from the beginning, because there's been so many bad parts and stuff like that. It's all a scam. It's all a scam.
Now let's address YouTube reviews, because YouTube reviews seem to be kind of a conflicting thing. Now just for a second, humor me and take out all the big YouTubers, right? Because there's a lot of big YouTubers that get these sample PCs that are sent out to them that are amazing. And if you're CyberPower, ibuypower, whoever, and you're going to send out a PC for review, you're going to make sure that it's on point. You're going to make sure it's tested. You're going to make sure all the parts are good. You're not going to skimp on anything. A lot of these reviewers get these PCs sent to them, and the thing about it is they get it for free. They're doing it just for a review, and they're trying to make content that appeals to their audience. So what I'm trying to say is they already have a positive outlook going into the whole process to begin with. So let's just take them out of the equation. What I want to center on, and I'll make a montage of this at the end of the video because there's just so many out there. I just want to center on the people who buy a CyberPower PC and happen to do YouTube as well. Because if you go look at those reviews, not the people that were just sent out to them, there seems to be like a 50% chance that they hate their PC or they had an issue. 50%. That seems kind of high, right? But let's just say the benefit of the doubt, it's 25%, because I've watched a lot of videos and it seems to be 50, but I'll say 25. That would suggest that on average, CyberPowerPC puts out 1 out of every 4 computers is a piece of shit. How can that be? That's crazy. That's crazy that it could be that bad. But then your argument might be, well, if you go to Amazon and you look something up like the GUA whatever model, it has 4 stars or 4.5 stars and like 10,000 reviews or whatever it may be. How come that is so high? Well, the reason for that is a lot of people that are buying those PCs are not gamers, or they're buying it for someone else. Now let's just entertain the thought that these people are buying these PCs for maybe their grandson, or to just surf the internet and they wanted something that looks cool. Yeah, it's going to work great. You have to take in consideration that over a gaming timeline, Minecraft has been one of the biggest games ever to exist. Let's say in the past decade, and Minecraft will run on anything. So when a grandmother buys this computer for her house, when the kids come over to play Minecraft, it's going to work great. But when you take this FX 6300 with an R9 250 and you're a gamer and you try to play an actual game with it, and I'm not even saying like PUBG, because PUBG you couldn't probably even boot. A lot of current cards won't even run this game good on lowest settings. But let's say you go back to 2015 and you're a gamer and you want to play The Witcher 3 and you struggle to get 30 FPS on low with this computer that you almost paid $600 for, that's when you're getting ripped off, because you weren't in the know and you didn't know that an R9 250 was a graphics card from half a decade ago and it shouldn't be used for gaming at this point unless you're playing something of League of Legends. This is not a gaming computer and your money could go to something so much better. So the people that are playing The Witcher, they're actual gamers. And if you go back and look at their channel, they're not somebody that just made one video because they wanted to bash Cyberpower. These are people that are actually gamers that have gaming YouTube channels that happen to buy a Cyberpower PC and they're showing their frustration, their misery, and their real life experience. And they're trying to warn you. Now, of course, like I said, there's the other side of the coin. There's the people that love it. But by the videos that I've seen, it seems to be a 50-50 split. But even if I'm wrong, and it's 1 out of 4 or even 1 out of 10, that is terrible. That these people have problems, they pay their money, they don't get their PC back for months. I'm not making this up. Like I said, I'll put clips to this stuff at the end of the video. Now, there is other options to getting a gaming PC. Now, I get it. If you don't know how to build a computer and you're afraid to break the parts, or you don't really want to deal with broken parts, I suggest finding a friend who can build it. You have to know somebody that knows something about PCs. And lastly, if you don't, then I can help you. You can email me, I could give you advice, or I even do a couple computers a month. And this is something that I feel like I got off topic in the last video because I tried to talk too much about the value and how it works to buy a PC from me, and how much different the interaction is with me over, like, let's say Cyberpower. Because me, I'm just one person, and my girlfriend and I, we build computers together. I told her how to do it, and I maybe only take a couple a month. There's plenty of people I have to turn down because I just can't be overbooked with this. This is not a job for me. This is not my career. It's just something I do on the side. I like to build PCs for people, then they come join the Discord, then we play games together. That's something I enjoy. That's pretty awesome. But even if you don't have a friend that builds them, you can find someone on Facebook. I'm sure you can. Because just think of the people that you know that might be able to build a PC, and I'm going to be quick with this point. I know it's not basically on the point of something against Cyberpower, but I just want to say this. There's probably people out there that you know that are into computer gaming or that you knew in high school, and you can just hit them up. Well, what's the worst can happen? They tell you no, or they tell you I really don't do that, or I don't know how to build PCs. I mean, I'm sure the worst thing's going to happen is they're going to be like, no, you were mean to me that time in biology, so I'm not willing to help you. I mean, if they're anything like me, or like most people really, you want to help people out and you're willing to do something because building PCs is pretty cool. So if somebody else is like, hey, I got money, let's put these parts together, let's build a PC, then they're willing to help you, most cases. So I think that's a reasonable thing to ask of someone because it doesn't take too much of their time. And even if they come over to help you build it at your house, you can buy some pizza, maybe throw them 20 bucks. They'll be more than delighted, I'm sure. So there you go. So I hope I gave you some advice, maybe some knowledge to help you make a better informed decision to do what you want with your money. At the end of the day, it is your money and you're going to do what you want to do. All I can do is just put some stuff out here for you in black and white to try to help you out or let you know what you're getting into. I mean, honestly, when I was searching for videos to pull clips and to get other people's experience, all I did was type in, don't buy Cyberpower, and there was at least 15 videos that I watched of just people with bad experiences. It actually gets kind of annoying and kind of painful after a while to see these people and the experiences they had, because some of them are steps away from tears, it seems like. But it is what it is. If you think it's not worth it to get in PC gaming, I would completely argue that it is worth it. And just the fact of the sales that you get in PC games, before games even come out, you have a 15% discount. That adds up. If you go to places like Green Man Gaming or Humble Bundle, you can get such great games for so cheap. Plus a PC does so much more than a standard console. There's so much value and so much benefit into PC gaming. So those Cyberpower CyberPower and ibuypower and these other companies may put a bad taste in some people's mouths. I just hope it doesn't steer you away from the overall gaming experience that you will get on a PC. Me personally, I have a PS4, an Xbox One, and a PC, and I play the PC more than anything. I used to be a big console gamer and did a little bit of PC gaming because PC has its exclusives and there's some games that are just better on it, so I always like to do both. But now it's like I barely turn those consoles on. I can sit back on my couch and play PC games in 4K pretty easily at 30 FPS locked, or I can sit at my monitor and play on 1440p at 60 FPS, and both experiences are wonderful. So I hope more people move into this type of gaming, which I know they will. With VR coming out and everything getting bigger and bigger, there's been more and more of an audience in PC gaming. It's growing, and I think it's really the superior way. At this point, a lot of the consoles are actually becoming PC, basically. I mean, you see with Microsoft running a version of Windows 10 that you can actually buy their exclusives and play it on PC rather than the console, and it run better on the PC. So in time there'll probably be modular consoles. Digital software is on a rise. Places like GameStop are plummeting. They're trying to evolve and sell other merchandise, offer credit cards to stay relevant, but in time you see the stores are closing. And I'm not saying they're going to go away permanently, but I just think the fact that you can buy a game on PC, download it completely, or consoles too, but you can download it completely, and then at 12:01 the code unlocks, and then boom, you're gaming. You don't have to stand in line, you don't have to deal with unruly people, sit out in a cold. All that's gone. I think a big push for that has been internet speeds have gotten so much better. Digital download is not as bad as it used to be. Everybody used to say, I want the hard copy. I mean, why do you need the hard copy? Are you going to trade it in? Because most of the people that want the hard copy are the people that are bitching about the trade-in prices, and they just want to keep their copy anyway. So if you buy digitally, you have it forever. So what the hell is the difference? It's funny. People bitch about trade-in values, but yet they want the hard copy to keep their game. I don't know. People are crazy. The things that people say. So I'm sorry the video was so long. There was just a lot I had to say here, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you ever want to game with me, you can come down to our Discord. You can email me at EliteGamingHQ@gmx.com, and be sure to check out the channel periodically. If you like it, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button to try to outbalance all the haters that are going to come to this video and just hate it because I don't know, there's something about human nature that they feel like you're making them look stupid when you say, hey, don't buy this, and they already did. I'm not ridiculing anybody for their purchases. I don't mind what people do. That's their money. You're going to buy what you want to buy. I'm not attacking you personally. I'm trying to help people that haven't made that decision yet, that might want to be more informed. That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm not calling anybody stupid, but they're not going to listen this long in the video anyways. They're just going to come here and hit that thumbs down. So if you could hit the thumbs up if you are listening this long, just to counteract their BS. And as I promised, I'll put some clips in the end. I'll cut them up and try to make it slightly entertaining. And I hope to see you on the next one. My name is Andrew, and this is Elite Gaming HQ. Thank you for watching, guys.
About my PC, I don't know if you can hear it, but the reason that I'm using a different mic today is because this one picks up a little bit less background noise than the old Yeti does. And there is currently much background noise happening because my PC is doing the death scream of its people. That's been going on for most of this weekend. I took it apart and cleaned it out, but it is still just... But I have not had an easy time with this PC in particular, or should I say with the brand who manufactured it. Now, I ordered this from CyberPowerPC. They're pretty popular on Twitter.
I got the packaging, the advanced packaging, which it should be standard. I think you pay $10 extra for it, and they just fill the sides up. We got our standard 800 watt or 600 watt. I ordered 800. I've been wrong.
You know, to get things moving with that. So I realized that the HDMI port wasn't working, and rather than making any effort to help out their customer who was desperately in need of HDMI goodness, they said, oh yeah, our building team screwed that up. Just don't use it.
Man, I even paid the extra for the 800 watt.
That's aggravating.
PC can't even handle exporting a video in 480p from Windows Movie Maker without the CPU usage spiking to 99%. Like I said, it's your computer's brain, and Windows Movie Maker don't need you to think that hard, honey. Can't watch Twitch live streams. I can watch some stream.me, but nobody really stream.me's. They mostly Twitch. You cannot handle that, and it's just pretty sure they gave me some used shit. Like something that got returned to them because it was defective. They're like, just put it in that one. It's okay. Don't shop with CyberPowerPC because they will you over like 17 times in a row.
And today we're talking about something that's a little bit depressing, but it has to happen anyway. So, last week I lost my PC.
I'm gonna try and fix it one more time. If it goes bad again, I'm taking the hard drive out.
I think that's ridiculous. I think CyberPower, your customer service is terrible. I had a problem with you from the start. If it would have been a year later and I need repairs, I understand it's going to take a month. I understand it's going to take time. But this is unacceptable. I just bought a new computer. I got it. It didn't work.
Also, all my PCI slots weren't working. PCI slots are what I need to run all my capture equipment for all of my gameplay. I had numerous computer problems. My computer would not boot until it was about 4 minutes into the process. And realistically, I was a little bit screwed. This is actually the second time this has happened to me. CyberPower has done this twice now. I've had 2 bad motherboards. And let me tell you guys, build your own computer because I
literally just got it back today, like 5 minutes after I'd gotten home from school. Turn it on, and to no avail, the same problem is showing up again. Turns on, just fine. They fixed the fans, replaced the CPU fan that had gone bad.
And I had already, like, when I got it, like, it didn't have any foam or anything on the inside protecting it, which I thought was kind of weird because, like, it's a fragile computer, I guess, and it was getting shipped by UPS.
So I bought this PC. It was kind of a half custom build, half what they recommended. It was a CyberPower Black Pearl. It cost me quite a bit of money, and it was more of a Christmas present kind of thing.
Plenty of technicians, and the technician that works on someone else's system, like you if you're watching this video and thinking of buying a CyberPower PC, will probably be a different technician that built my system, but it could be the same one. And I'm going to tell you right now that this system was poorly put together.
On this, I got a PC. I bought a new PC from CyberPowerPC, and it was having some freezing issues. I had to send it back twice, 2 times, because of the same issue. The first time I sent it in, I should probably explain too, this is kind of like a review, like a customer service type thing. I started playing H1Z1 right off the rip. It froze like within 15 to 30 minutes, and I was like, other games, Counter-Strike, and it seemed alright at first, but I realized the more I played of like games, like the longer I played Counter-Strike, it would freeze. H1Z1 would freeze instantly. I guess it was like games that are harder on the processor or whatever.
This is a video telling you to never, ever get a CyberPower computer, because I recently had yet another problem with my computer. Turns on, just fine. They fixed the fans, replaced the CPU fan that had gone bad. I actually had bought another one. That was a nice thing to do. Good job. The computer still doesn't work. It's on, plugged in.
I've shipped the computer back to CyberPower. They say they're going to fix it and replace all the parts. Again.
And the first email, he responded right away. The second email, I waited 2 days, still not a response back with screenshots that I sent him. So that kind of irritated me. I realized that they're probably flooded with emails, but I'm having problems. I just spent lots of money on my computer. They should be better equipped with staff to help people with that. Go ahead and send it in. We'll change the graphics card because that sounds that sounds like it's the problem. So I was like, okay, it's a minor inconvenience. I'll send it back, get it back in a couple weeks, and then I'll be good. It'll be worth it. So I get it back, and I'm hyped. Some of you guys may have saw this video. It was a stream on YouTube. I titled it, I got my PC back. It was actually the same title. I never changed it. The live stream I did last night had the same title. And 15 minutes, I didn't even think to check it. I just re-downloaded all my stuff, and then I started streaming immediately. 15 minutes into the stream, my computer freezes again, and my heart sunk because I was like, oh no, the problem persists, the freezing is continuing.
Kind of wanted to explain some stuff about the PC situation that I've been going through. It's been pretty shitty the last week or two. Kind of just wanted to make this video more, I guess, as a warning towards CyberPower PCs than anything, because like I guess
CyberPower experience, because I actually got 2 computers and both of them did not work. So I received it, got a blue screen of death. I would get like my USB devices would just disconnect from the piece of shit, and like I was saying, don't buy from them. So I returned it, got my money back.
So I swapped out the power supplies, got my back because I put a modular 750 watt in there. It's terrible, essentially.
Tried playing H1Z1, froze within 5 minutes again. I was like, yo, it's the same problem. It didn't get fixed. So I was heated. I was like, yo, when I get a chance to make a video, I'm gonna blow these guys up. Okay, send it back. And I was like, wait, I gotta send it back again. I just got it back, and it was gone for 2 weeks. And I'm like, I want to be able to play my computer that I bought. Like, more than a month, I haven't been able to use this new PC that I spent a lot of money on. I sent it back to him, and this time it took longer than the first repair. So it took like, I swear, I called them after a week to see how my PC was doing. They're like, we haven't even started repairs yet. I was like, yo, you've had it for a week and you haven't even started repairs on it? Thought what they thought about the graphics card, changed it, and we're like, okay, that's good, send it back. They should definitely check more. Like, I don't know what procedure is there. I know they probably don't want to use a new computer that they're going to send someone, but they didn't test it, and maybe they should, because they didn't get it right the first time, and it just caused more delay and more problems. I'm sure a lot of people would just ask for their money back. They don't want to deal with people like that anymore because they weren't professional about it, I guess, so to speak.
It just kept saying like there was nothing to be found, like no space to save it to be found. So we opened it up. No video has been made about it, because I was gonna do a video of the unboxing, and now I'm happy that I didn't, because I would have just been depressing to do the video and then like it not work type of thing. So for now,
hard disk drive temperature sensors, ran the whole nines, turned them on, and I did my bench test. And lo and behold, what happened? Well, let me tell you. So the GPU temperatures started to exceed 85 degrees, at which point, you know, the turbo kicks down and it throttles.
This shit gets solved soon, because bad experiences from CyberPowerPC, not
so
necessarily.
Frame rate loss, significant at that point. Then let's look at the CPU temperatures, okay? Off of the Kracken unit has temperature monitoring software. And I'm gonna tell you this, they actually had the audacity to send this system before plugging the power in to the pump on the radiator unit. Blows my mind. Why the would you ship anything without it being ready to go? Just ridiculous to me.
I understand, obviously, that stuff takes the time to get in, but it's like when it happens twice, and then like I don't really get anything from it, and now I'm just kind of having to go do my own thing, and I've just wasted 2.5 weeks of my
So I
time.
figured, you know what, I'm gonna call back to the line that people who haven't bought their computer yet, who just want to make an inquiry on one. I'm gonna call back and pretend I'm one of those customers and asking about the monitor. Hopefully get a different associate and say, does this monitor have HDMI?
So I had to plug in like my old PC.
So that was the first thing I actually noticed, was that the pump wasn't even running. So then I had to open up the system, take out the cage, take out the fans, take out the radiator, plug in the damn power for the pump, and then put it all back together, which you shouldn't ask any consumer to do. That's absolutely atrocious that they even consider sending out a system in that manner to even get better cooling and better performance. Now that I've taken it apart 2 times, gonna make a 3rd.
I was a little nervous because I knew all the bad stories about customer service, and it was a Saturday, so
if you have any problems with it, they don't really care. The fun thing about this was actually they closed at 8 o'clock their time on the phone, so I called them. It was about 6:40 their time, California time, and I was on the phone, and this was 10:40 for me. It was 4 hours difference, and I was on the phone, I was on hold, and I wanted to, you know, talk to them. I wanted this thing express. I wanted to make sure I would get it. Sure enough, I'm on the phone for 1 hour and 20 minutes. They hang up. They say our business hours are closed. You know, try your call again tomorrow. So that's just the type of company they are. I feel they put me on hold, kind of treat you like just another number. It sucks I won't have my PC for Christmas, and that's kind of the reason why. CyberPower, you guys screwed up. I hope in the future you fix your mistakes.
Hung up. So when it seemed like when they have the opportunity to make money, they're gonna try to sell me the more expensive one that does have HDMI and tell me the truth about it. But when I talked to the first guy who knew I had already bought my setup and that they would have to change the order and that they were only going to make the $40 where I get a $20 mail-in rebate, so really $20 off me upgrading, he said that he was trying to trick me into believing that it already did have HDMI, so I wouldn't have to put them through that.
Assembled the unit simply because of how the unit is designed, and I will say to CyberPower, what the f were you thinking? Honestly, what's wrong with you? This system right here, an $1,800 system, I should be able to hit that power button and not have any concerns. The first thing I noticed was the horrendous cable management.
So in my head I said, okay, well then that guy on the phone that I just spoke to lied to me before. Well, if he's telling me it's already packaged and ready to ship on Monday, how are they going to do a second quality control test? Which just, to me, tells me one of two things. Either the quality control test is just a whole scam, which I kind of suspected from the beginning, because there's been so many bad parts and stuff like that. It's all a scam.
I'm really trying to put videos out. I really want to, because football's over now. I'm getting a new mic for Christmas. I don't even know if it's... I don't know.
People, not only is this bad, this is bad for non-professional wiring. The fact that I paid extra for professional wiring and this is what they gave me.
Okay, today's date is May 9th. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to try and get a video to see if you can hear the sound that's coming from this computer. Can you hear that noise? Just started making it this morning. Occasionally it emits a really, really loud, high-pitched noise as well. I'm really hoping it's this case fan and nothing else. If it's the liquid cooling system in the back there, that black hose, see it? If it's the liquid cooling system, I'm totally f***ed. If it's this fan, I'll be able to get it replaced with no problem. I just have to wait 8,000 days to get it from CyberPower. So this is my video proof that my computer that I've owned for 2 months, that I spent $800 on, is a piece of shit, and I'm going to nuke everyone at CyberPower unless they get this fixed as soon as possible.
Yeah, this is a little ridiculous. This was not broken. Every clip is either broken or no longer connected. So the entire face isn't even sitting on it anymore. And this is after they sent it back to me fixed, straight out of the box.
500. This is the one that came with mine. I think newer models come with a different kind now. That one is still a piece of crap. I know that, I'm sure. This is the, yeah. So this one says it's 500 watts. I'm pretty sure it cannot put out 500 watts, 350 or maybe 400 if it's lucky, if it even gets that far without just shutting down, because there are so many things wrong with these. There are two, like I said, that come with the CyberPower PCs. This one being the Extreme Gear, and the other one, I don't remember the name of it by heart, but I know they are both awful. I've heard just straight up horror stories about both of them and nothing else. So I'm gonna just go over mine. I know the other one is just as bad as mine. I can say that for sure. But I'll start with cables. So as you can see, none of them are sleeved. That's what you could expect though on a low-end power supply. This one right here, I'll try to get this focused. Yeah, you can see that right there, right above my finger. That one doesn't even have the gold pin in it. They're all supposed to have the gold pins in them. This literally stayed in the slot in the motherboard and it didn't come out. It just popped right out, that's it, and it's gone. So, I don't even know how that happens with the power supply. That is just really crappy build. So there's one thing. Also the sleeving on this one, this is the only one that's sleeved. The sleeving on this one is really flimsy. I can just pull it up and it's just bad. So most of the other cables have been okay so far, except for the ATX 12 volt. These just completely bent, but that happens with too much heat on a lot of power supplies. I don't understand how that happened though with this motherboard, this tiny MATX motherboard. It shouldn't happen with that. But it happened because, again, it's a terribly low-end power supply. So I'll flip this over now. The fan wasn't like that, don't worry, I just had it taken apart a little bit ago. But here's that. Nothing too special there. Okay, sorry about that. My camera overheated like it always does, but anyways, here is the fan. I already unplugged it. Okay, so I have that off. I'm just gonna start talking about the fan. This is one of the main crappy things about this power supply. First thing is, yeah, you can see right here, as I was taking it off, this whole fin just cracked right off, and I didn't put very much pressure on it at all. That just, I don't know, it's a bad. As you like 10 minutes ago, I went back in myself. That's the only just really crappy fan, didn't work at all, even after I soldered it. Well, I couldn't, and that's really all I can tell. I don't know a lot about power supplies, like I said, but this one it just looks flimsy and bad compared to other power supplies, but not with horror stories about that one. Same with the, just upgrade it, please, right when you get it. Like, I'd say don't even turn it on with the default power supply, just upgrade it. And I'll talk about upgrades real quick. If you want to get a nice upgrade, a nice budget upgrade, this Power Plus, it's a 5 GB of RAM, and this you'll get future nice power supply. For both of those will be in the description, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.